Hello, who's ready to chalk tonight? Tonight we're going to go ahead and make this really cute sign. It's the Pantrys Open. Here's our stencil. And it says the Pantrys Open 24/7. The good stuff's in here. It's got a fork and a spoon. And yum. We're probably not going to use it all, but we're going to go ahead and put it on this black board here. I thought it would look really nice on here because of the decorative edges. The back does have some hangers on it, so it would be really cool just to hang it above your pantry. Who's with me? Who's ready to get started? I am. Alrighty, so I've chosen some colors for tonight's project. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use, I notice I do that a lot lately. Jack full of fun. I've got some shimmer silver that I think that I'm going to use for the fork and the spoon. I've got some bright white for probably open 24/7. I've got some golden hour for the word pantry and some sage for our little decorative flowers. This transfer needs to be cut up, and we have our transfer scissors here. We're going to cut on the cut lines. We'll go ahead and cut the whole thing up. There's yum. I think I'll save that for another sign. Here's the word pantry, open 24/7, the best way to be. A decorative design. Our spoon. How many of you are fans of Everyone Loves Raymond? We really enjoy watching it, and I know it's an older show, but in that show, Ray Barone lives across the street from his mother and father, and it's interesting to see their kitchens because it reminds me very much of my in-laws' kitchen and stuff. But one of the things about their kitchen is that they have these giant wooden fork and spoon on the wall. And they did an episode about how she kept the fork and the spoon on the wall just to annoy him. And he never even really noticed that they were there, but they were always a staple in their kitchen. So that kind of reminds me of that episode. The good stuff's in here. And a couple decorative leaves or twigs or branches, whatever. So let's see how we're going to lay this out. I don't think I'm going to use the good stuff. I'm not going to use the yum. I think I'd like to put the Pantrys Open. Now this is going to kind of rot because of the hangers on the back. There. The fork. And the spoon on the side here. And maybe this decoration down here. Or maybe these down here. Yeah. Okay, so I think the most important thing is probably making sure that the pantry sign is centered. And actually, I may even use a tape measure for this one. Ta-da-ta-da. Okay, brand new transfer. We are going to fuzz it. To remove the transfer from the backing, just kind of run your finger on it in the middle and peel away. These transfers are sticky. They are usable between 8 to 12 times. You want to fuzz because you want to reduce some of the stickiness to protect your transfer surface and to protect your wooden surface. Let's see. You want to place it on here straight. And I've noticed that lately I haven't been really balancing mine very much, centering it. So I'm going to make sure I center just by measuring a little bit from the edges. 4.5, 5. So I need to go over some. Which looks way off to me. Yeah, it is. Okay. Sometimes you're better off just kind of guessing. So if I were to get all this straight, have everything laid out, I would think that that looks good. You want to make sure that you don't have any bubbles around the transfer area. 4.5, that's where I had it before, and almost 5. So we need to go over a little bit more. That's at 5, and that's at 4.5. Almost 4 3/4. All right, guys, this is going to be it. 4 3/4 and 4 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4. Okay, so I've got it on here. Smooth it out. I do have a bubble right there where the O, the P is. If you have any bubbles around the silk screen area, the paste could bleed and not create a nice crisp line. In this case, I actually had, I think it's little dried pieces of paste. Hi, Stella. Welcome to the page. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use golden hour as the word pantry. I'm going to get my squeegee. I've stirred my paste really well just to make sure that they're a good consistency. You want them to be the consistency of yogurt or sour cream. And I'm just going to smooth it on to my transfer, trying to cover all these silk screen areas. Now I did grab quite a bit of paste this last time, and I don't really need it all. But I am going to cover my silk screen, and whatever I don't use, I'm going to scrape off and put it back in my paste jar. Just make sure you cover all the silk screen areas. And then I'm just going to try and smooth out the lines over the top. Make it look nice. Okay, that looks pretty good. Well, this paste does dry pretty quickly. And so I'm going to do the paste and peel method, which is where you paste it and then you gently lift it up. You try to pull these silk screens from the center just so you don't stretch them out of shape. But I'm going to go ahead and lift it up a little bit. And it looks really good. And before I lay it down, I'm actually going to dry it just a little bit. And that's just so it doesn't smear when I kind of place it back down. I'm not going to smooth it down all the way, but I'm just going to kind of gently let it go where it wants to go. And I'm going to go ahead and use the bright white for Open 24/7 and the lines next to it. Same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and smooth it on, covering that silk screen area. Nice and easy. It's so relaxing. Cover that area. Put the rest back in the jar. And I'm going to be done with this one. Let me get my cloth ready for the transfer. Lift it up. Let's see. Nice and crisp. I'm going to go ahead and spray my transfer with water just to start the cleaning process. And let me show you what it looks like so far. It shows up really good on there. I like it. Okay, so I did notice that I have some of the golden hour on here, but it's just going to scratch right off because it's dry. Next, I'm going to go ahead and, let me dry because I might overlap the fork and the spoon, and I don't want them to smear or pull up the existing paste. Okay, let's do the fork and the spoon. I'm thinking fork on the right, spoon on the left. I am going to fuzz my transfer. I think I'll just do it on my lap since my work area is kind of crowded. So I just kind of run my finger down the center. I was having a hard time with these transfers, getting them off the backing for a while. And another designer showed me how she just peels it from the center. She has no problem. And I thought that that wasn't going to work for me, but it really does. It works. Okay, here's our fork. And I'm going to try to line it up right here on the edge. Smooth it down. And really I'm going to try not to smooth it on the pasted area, just in case. I don't want to pull off that paste. And also I'm keeping these backers because that's what I'm going to put my transfers back on after they're cleaned. Okay, spoon on this side. Actually, that's going to be a little lower. Let's see. I think I lined up the top there for the fork, so I might as well match it up. Okay, on this I'm going to use the Shimmer Frost. This is so pretty. It's got a little bit of glisten to it, and these glimmers, the shimmers, are really easy to work with. They smooth on so easily. They're a delight. This is a little bit bigger squeegee. It's the small squeegee, whereas the other ones were minis. And here's the size difference between the two. And really, either one would work for this. I'm just using different squeegees because I don't want to wipe them off and clean them quite yet. You could have just one squeegee and clean it every time. That's fine. Oh, this stuff is so pretty. If you guys ever have a chance to get a shimmer paste, try the shimmers. They are just so nice. They work really well every time. Okay. I highly recommend them. Take off the fork. I like all the details. I do have a little smear right there. And a spoon. So cute. Look at all the detailing in that fork. Let's see. And the tines and the spoon. Pretty. I'm going to dry a little bit. The more I craft, the more all my stuff appears to have paint or paste on it. I just dipped my cord here in the paste. So everything gets decorated along the way. Stella, have you ever used the Chalk Couture products before? If you haven't, they're really easy. They're very easy to use. They're very satisfying to use because you can turn out some really great professional looking products that are very easy to use. And you don't have to always do them on Chalk Couture surfaces. You can, although the Chalk Couture surfaces are very, very high quality, and many of them are reusable. You could also use non-Chalk Couture products that you pick up anywhere, like at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, or a lot of people even use stuff they find at thrift stores. But like this board I'm using today, let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, I got it at Hobby Lobby and it was regular price $9.99, and I got it for $2.49 on clearance. So it pays to look at your Hobby Lobbies, your sale aisles, and your Michael's. Use your coupons if they have one. Because you can get some really good deals out there. Let's see. I'm using my mini. This color here is Sage. Mix it up. Paste it on. I'm really liking this sage color. It's kind of a neutral color that pops, especially on these black backgrounds. And once again, it doesn't take very much paste. Let's peel it off. Here it is, guys. Looks really nice. Let me see what we have left. I know we have a little bit of green right here, but I can wipe that off. What are the other transfers that are left? We have the Yum. We don't have room for that. We have this little twirly bob. We could put that, maybe we could put that on top. And I thought we had Good Eats. Oh yeah, here's the good stuff's in here. So those two we don't have any room for, but we might have room. I think we could add this. Might as well, right? So if you've never used the Chocolate products, they are water soluble, they're non-toxic, they're easy to use. The transfers are reusable, and I'll show you how to clean those in just a second. Between 8 to 12 times, they say, depending on how you take care of them. And really the only thing you need to do to take care of them is wash them after you're done using them and store them away. And sometimes you may want to wax your surfaces. If you're doing like a painted wooden surface, you may want to wax your surface so it doesn't harm your transfer or your surface, because the stickiness could pull the wood chips up and damage both your surface and your transfer. If you have anything underneath on the back of these transfers, they're not going to stick as well. And the stickiness is what you want to keep them going. Okay, I'm going to call this finished, guys. Can you imagine that hanging over your pantry door? I think that's beautiful. And I am really glad that they have these little hangers, built-in hangers on there. So that's a nice bonus. I'm going to set this aside for right now. I'm going to put away my paste real quick, and then I'll show you how to wash the transfers. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and paste them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you want any idea, know the product list of what I use as far as the Chocolate products, you can go ahead and click that link in there. It's a cart link, and what it does is it'll take you to my shop, and it's a ready-made cart link with the products in there that I used, but they're not the products you have to use. It's just a starting point for you. It'll show you the paste that I used, and it also has like a squeegee and a fuzzing cloth. Now you don't have to buy the fuzzing cloth. You can use a towel or your shirt or any other surface you want, just to reduce the stickiness a little bit. So that's not a must. It's nice to have. I always know where it is, and I'm not scrambling to look for anything. And I do just throw them in the washer when they're dirty. The squeegees come in a bunch of different sizes. You pretty much need the squeegee. That'll make it. Yeah, you need the squeegee. And one thing I don't think I put in there is a board eraser. Put this down here. And I'll show you what the board eraser is for. So here I've got my transfers kind of laid here, dirty side up or sticky side down. All I'm going to do is spray these with plain old everyday tap water. And this is what the board eraser is. It looks like a magic sponge, except it doesn't have any chemicals in it. And it pretty much works like a magic sponge, but the less chemicals you have to use your transfers, better you're going to be. Better off you're going to be as far as not damaging the adhesive. So all I'm going to do is wipe these down. Now the shimmers are a little harder to clean. You always have a little bit of residual shimmer, glimmer, shine to your transfers. But what you're really working on is getting the paste out of the transfer area, the silk screen area, because that's where it needs to go through the next time you use it. So you just wipe them down. I do clean up pretty easy. Sometimes if I have a lot of color on them, like the blacks or the really deep colored, like the reds or a dark purple, I will take them to the sink and run them under the water. I just kind of rub them with my hands or with the board eraser and kind of clean them up. I'm sorry. Once you get them done on the front side, you're going to turn them over and clean the back side. So I spray them again. And clean the back side. You see how much shimmer is still left on the fork and the knife? I don't know if you can see it. But as long as it's on the green part, the teal part of the transfer, and you've gotten as much as you can out of the silk screen, you'll be good to go. Now this pantry one looks a little dirty to me. It looks, well, let's clean it and see what. I see some people clean these and they do one swipe and they're clean. I tend to work a little more on them, I don't know. So this one looks good. Let them dry sticky side up. You do all my littles. If you're in a hurry to put them away, you can use a paper towel that doesn't have a lot of lint. Some of them have a lot of lint, but the cheaper ones tend to have less lint. And you can just dry them gently on the sticky side to get them to dry. And the sticky does come back. Yeah, this one's cleaning up really good. And like I said, I tend to do them double what everybody else does. See, that looks a lot better. This one looks not too bad, actually. So this side looks really good. Hit this side again. And if you want, it would probably make more sense to have like a little bowl of water sitting next to you so you can rinse off your sponge and wring it out and get some of that paste out. I don't have it, so my sponge gets a little dirty. So now that I've got them cleaned up, what I could do is just get a paper towel and I can gently wipe them. Notice that it doesn't seem sticky when it's wet. As soon as they're dry, the sticky comes back. See how it's already sticking, I should say. So at this point, I'm going to put it sticky side up, get my transfer backer, and make sure you locate the shiny side. The shiny side is going to go to the adhesive side. And once again, this is something some people can do right away the first time, and I tend to have to do it a couple times, but this looks pretty good. So I just place it on there, smooth it on so there's no bubbles, then you can put it back away. That's one done. Here's my fork. Just gently wipe it, and actually as it dries it really sticks. That's why you want to wipe it just gently. Put my sticky side to my adhesive side. That one's done. Let's get my fork, my spoon, sticky side. And actually when you're drawing with paper towels, you're also bringing out some more of the ink. Put it down to the backer, the shiny side of the backer to the adhesive side. And I did bubble this one. Nope. Shiny side to adhesive side. See how I missed that one a little bit? They don't have to be perfect. I just try. That one's drawn already. Last one. It looks pretty dry already. Yep. Adhesive side, sticky side. Smooth it on. I'm going to get the bag that they came in. And how you store them is up to you. A lot of people put them in binders. Some people keep them in the bags. I'm kind of torn right now. I'm putting them back in the bags. But honestly, a lot of times you want to mix and match pieces from different sets. And at that point, they get kind of mixed up. I don't know. There's got to be a way to catalog them, or I don't know. I don't know what the best way is, but this is how I've been doing them. I just place them all back in here. And that way I know that they have the sticker with the name on them right back here on the bottom. And I can always look them up and see what was on there or whatever. But I put them back in the bag, and they're good to go. So if you have any questions, we have a Club Couture. If you are interested in learning more about Club Couture, that's our monthly DIY subscription for $19.99 a month. And you get a 8.5 by 11 transfer and 3 coordinating paste packets sent to you every month. It's a 3-month commitment, and then you can cancel, so $19.99 a month. If you want to become a designer like I am, you get 40% discount on all your products. But you buy a kit, it's $99. The kit is incredible. It has like 5 pastes, full-size pastes, these size pastes in it. I don't think it gives you a squeegee, but it gives you a little board and base surface, a beautiful big size surface that's beautiful, gives you some transfers, so it's a really good deal. So if you really want to get into this and sample things in a bigger way with more colors, I would suggest becoming a designer. It is $19.95 a month, something like that, around $20 a month. And that'll get your transfer sent to you every month, and then you also get a website where people can order from. So if you have any questions about the Club Couture, the designership, type in designer into the comments, and my bot will send you a message to your messenger, and you can read up on that and decide if that's something for you. Other than that, I'd love for you to join my VIP club. That's where I post specials and bundles, and I'm going to be posting a lot more on there coming up. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you love the video, please feel free to share it, follow the page, or give it a heart, showing how much you love it. I really appreciate you watching this, and I'll be back on again tomorrow night. Email me or let me know through Messenger if you have any questions, and I can help you out. Thank you. Bye.